Thank you. Hey guys, I know this is the last one, so we'll try to keep it, interesting, and so you guys can waken up and also contribute. So maybe before we start, I think the topic is, kind of uh, opportunities and what's the next big AI story. So maybe before we jump into that, I think we can start with quick intros. So I'll keep my short and then would love Kai and Ming to introduce. So I'm a partner with Borderless Capital. We are a Web3 investment fund with both a VC and a liquid strategy. On the VC side, we have over 200 portfolio companies. On the liquid side, overall AUM over 600 mil. Kai, Ming, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. I'm Kai, founder of Swarms. We're essentially providing folks to build production-grade multi-agent applications. So we provide all the infrastructure people need to build really, really reliable and enterprise-level agent applications.
Hello, I'm Ming, and I'm the CTO and the co-founder of Zero G. And before joining Web3, actually, I was working in Microsoft Research Asia for 11 years, and my major background is on the distributed system and also large-scale AI computation. And in 2018, I also co-founded another blockchain project called Conflex, which is a high-throughput blockchain with the Nakamoto consensus, which is a POW-based. And recently, I co-founded the Zero G and trying to extend the blockchain technology with the AI capability. So Zero G is trying to provide the largest AI layer one that is we also can call it as a decentralized AI operating system that we manage the decentralized storage and computation for the all the AI decentralized applications, so that we provide a bunch of SDK and APIs, so that we can easily migrate the AI workload from the Web 2 to the Web 3. That's our mission. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So Swarms, Kai, is kind of pioneering decentralized, kind of coordination of AI agents. So, what are the biggest challenges you feel from your point of view in collaborative intelligence? Like, how do we go from isolated, agents to interconnectedness, agents who coordinate with each other?
Yes, so this is a pretty important question because there's different ways there's different dimensions of doing this reliably. For example, the first one is how are these agents hosted? So if they're hosted by, let's say, different model providers like ChatGPT or Grok, those are already hosted on people's servers. So I'd say the first thing that you need to do before you get agents to talk with each other is host them. So you got to host them on a GPU or CPU or something. And so once you put them on once you put them on GPUs and hardware, then they can start talking to each other, and then that's when they can start communicating with each other. And that's kind of like the second dimension, which is like what is the communication structure of these agents? How are they communicating with each other? There's different types of communication. For example, hierarchical swarm is where we basically simulates like a company of different agents. So you have like a CEO, then you have an executive team of agents, and then they have subordinates that they give orders to. And so this is like one architecture, or there's other ones like parallel. So if you have multiple agents, you just run a bunch of agents all at the same time, and that would be like the communication level. And then there's other things you could do too. You can add like data sources for those individual agents, or you can give the entire multi-agent structure a series, like a set of defined information from a tool. And so Swarms just today we integrated Llama 4, which is really, really good. It's actually it's honestly I don't even know what to say. It's incredible. It can process 10 million tokens at one time. This is ridiculous. Like this is never no model, not even Gemini, which has like 1 million tokens, can process that many tokens. So now anybody with pretty like decently able to get compute and GPUs can now start hosting models like Llama 4. So you could put them, in your servers. You could put them like in a GPU, rent a GPU, or you could call someone's API, and then that would be like step number one. First, you got to get the model like running, and then the second tier would be like actually getting them to communicate with each other.
Awesome, awesome. And Ming, moving on to you, like, so you guys are basically pushing the boundaries for AI infrastructure. So what are, from your point of view, what are some of the biggest bottlenecks you see, with this AI agents? What are some scalability or security concerns you see?
Yeah, so first of all, I would say that our vision is trying to introduce the decentralization to the AI framework. The issue of the centralized AI is that it is not transparent and it's very hard to guarantee the alignment to the human intention and the value. So we believe that the blockchain technology provides the transparency, and because it's a reliable distributed ledger, so that every record can be every event in the entire AI process can be recorded in the blockchain. But the blockchain has its own performance bottlenecks. So basically, the blockchain is a consensus protocol, which means that it is basically a replicated state machine, right? So that every execution of the node just do the same thing. So there's no, theoretically, there's no scalability at all if we only see a single consensus protocol. So how we can do the AI, introduce this kind of thing to the AI computation, because AI actually requires very scalable and huge amount of data processing and computation resources. So by doing that, our design principle is that we should minimize the data that are really required to be recorded on-chain, but put most of the other data that can do the process off-chain and still can achieve the verification on-chain, right? So basically, in that sense, actually, we design our decentralized storage network and also decentralized compute network. So and also in this this storage network and our compute network also need to have the perfect sharding mechanism so that it can achieve the horizontal scalability. So the challenge is that how we can design this incentive mechanism and also the verification protocol to enable this sharding stuff. And this is where 0G proposed its innovation there. And also, even if we minimize the data that need to be recorded on-chain, we envision that when the scale of this storage network and the compute network to a very ultimate large stage, eventually a single blockchain will become the bottleneck. And so we also propose another mechanism to further scale out the blockchain system. So a well-known technology to scale out the blockchain is to use the sharding, right? But the key challenge of sharding is that how to guarantee the security of each shard can be same as the security of the single monolithic blockchain. And so instead of scale the blockchain system by increasing the number of validators, we actually take another methodology. So we actually make all the validators can extend their computation power and to set up the multiple, to participate in multiple consensus protocols, so that each different consensus protocol can share the same set of validator and also share the same staking status. So that in that sense, actually all the consensus protocols actually share the same security level. So we can, this is our high-level design, but in implementation level, I think there is a bunch of mechanisms that we already can leverage. For example, this restaking stuff, like EigenLayer does, right? So basically, EigenLayer does the restaking, and it can support multiple AVS simultaneously, so that all the AVS can share the same level of security. So the same idea can be applied for each shard of our consensus protocol. So in that sense, so all these consensus protocol can run in parallel independently. And we envision us as a operating system for all the AI applications. So we trying to build a very large AI application ecosystem so that there could be a bunch of, a huge number of AI applications run on our system without any interaction, right? So this is a common case in the system. So we can make an analogy to the single desktop operating system. So, and we extend our performance by using the multi-cores, right? So that when we run multiple applications that do not have interactions, the operating system actually dedicates each application on the different cores so that they can run in parallel. So the same idea that we introduced to this decentralized system. So that's how we can address this scalability issue. Yeah.
Got it, got it. I like that comparison to the multi-port one. I think that makes it, that clarifies it. So kind of moving on to both of you, in agentic AI, one of the most heavily debated things is, agents, the concept of agents. What is agentic, right? From each of your point of view, what do you guys think of agentic versus traditional AI? And yeah, how does agentic AI in your context differ from its application in traditional AI?
So what I personally believe to be an agent, and there's different levels of definitions here. An agent technically in code means an LLM with some tool system, like it has access to tools. Then it also has access to a memory system. So it has long-term memory, and it has the ability to interact with the external world. And so these are like the three things: LLM, tools, memory system. And then the fourth thing I would say is a looping structure. So agent, by definition, means something that has agency. Agency means it has the capabilities to get something done. And so I think a critical component of an agent is the capacity to continuously loop within itself to complete an objective. It has to know when an objective is complete and then exit and stop itself from continuing. This is what a fully autonomous agent is. It has the agency and the freedom to basically keep looping within itself to accomplish the goal. And for example, DeepSeek R1 and O3 and O3 Mini have been doing this exceptionally well. You see they have thinking tags, and they'll think dynamically for a certain period of time, and then they'll actually complete the main task. So if you say like write a report on something, it'll think about like different sections of the report, and then finally, once it's done thinking dynamically, then it'll actually write out the report and give you what you asked. And this strategy has been very effective, given the increase in output quality and accuracy as well. And yeah.
And Ming, yeah.
I think my answer to this question is very simple. I think agent, the definition of agent is a AI-based software that can interact with a human through the natural language. So, of course, the different agent can have the different power of the intelligence and the capability to operating the tools for the users. But the common case is that it needs to understand the human language and interact with through that way. I think that's a difference compared to the normal AI workload.
Got it. So kind of moving on, and again, a little bit here coming to the latter part of the panel is, we know the applications of AI in terms of autonomous vehicles, healthcare, and all of those, right? So, but I think what will be very interesting is from each of your point of view, what are some unseen opportunities under the radar which people are not thinking about of AI agents? What is the next big AI story from your point of view?
Yeah, so I have a lot of ideas about this, especially that the agents in AI and crypto are very primitive. They're like, most of them are memes, which is, it's actually very funny because the theoretical market cap of meme agents compared to enterprise level agents is almost 1,000 to 1. Enterprise level agents are going to completely change the economy, and they're already doing so outside of crypto. But I think the attention economy is kind of like it's become such a virus that it has basically spread into the minds of the people that want to just build agents that keep capturing attention, and they don't actually solve any like business problem, enterprise problem. And I think that's like Fartcoin. I don't know how this is worth such an obscene amount of money, where other agents that are like other agents like MCS could like which is a like healthcare agents that is trying to automate healthcare. Like I don't know, like it's like the market the market inefficiency thesis is I'd say very present here, because yeah, it hasn't seemed like the market has really started optimizing for actually useful agents. Like there's so many different agent applications that could be built within Web3 that would actually be valuable, and that the people that make the agents could actually generate revenue from. Because if someone makes a meme agent, they can't make money from this unless they sell their own token, which would be a scam. That's a rug. So yeah, there's no way to make money from meme agents, but you can make money from enterprise agents. You can make a lot of money. So I think people should focus more on like useful agents. Like at DeSci, like healthcare agents are going to completely change healthcare. I think the entire healthcare industry globally, from the U.S. to the Yangtze River to China, I think the entire healthcare system of the world is going to be fully automated. And agents are going to be the main constituents of this. I also think that maybe agriculture, manufacturing, like manufacturing is going to accelerate very, very quickly with fully autonomous factories. And I think people could be building agents and blending that with Web3 to accelerate this. And there's so many other useful applications, like agents in like DeFi. Like there's so many, like for an outsider that hasn't been in crypto for a long period of time, there's so many different financial instruments in crypto. There's like swaps, there's 100x leverage, there's bridges, there's worms, there's like wormholes. This is so complicated and so like unnecessarily complex. And so I think like a consumer app that can make all this happen just through language super easily, I think that'll be like a multi-billion-dollar application. If you could simplify crypto, it could be like chain specific, or it could be like every chain. I think like simplifying financial instruments in crypto is very, very. That's going to be a humongous business. So I would say like DeSci agents and DeSci is going to be extremely important. Agents for just like financial stuff, payments, trading. I think within the next like 2-3 years, fully autonomous hedge funds are going to start controlling the market. Like you see, like Wintermute is up here now. I think agents will surpass this, like in terms of like assets under management and like revenue and profit. Because there's already been research papers. I actually talked about this yesterday. There's been research papers where agents have gotten 400% annualized returns through simulations and back testing. It's a paper called Trading Agents. If you look up Trading Agents archive, you'll find it. It's an incredible paper, and it's basically a prophecy that agents are going to start dominating all markets. And it won't be long till most of the trades and most economic activity are coming from agents.
Ming, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we can treat this, look at this problem from 2 angles. So there are 2 types of agent. So one is working like a personalized assistant, right? It's a personal agent. Another is a fully autonomous agent. So for the personalized agent, I think currently we still have a lot of room to improve the quality of the agent. So basically to bring the more utility to our normal life. So for example, although some agents can do the healthcare, but even we only look at the chatting bot, only doing the conversation, whether the agent has already been very good on working as your, for example, working as a psychologist, right, to give you suggestions for your mental health. And I think this can be done purely through natural language, right? But I don't see any existing agent can do such level of work. Another example is the lawyer stuff, right? Whether we can have the agent to be your personal law consultant, right? And I think this, yeah. So this existing scenarios has already been explored by a lot of efforts, but I don't think the quality and the quality has reached that high level, and we still have a lot of room to improve further. That's one thing. And as for the autonomous agent, I think the ultimate goal is to build agent that can be really like a human. That we call it AGI, right? So basically, whether we can build a agent that can just like a human, that we cannot identify, recognize, tell whether this is a bot or a human. So, but in that case, actually, there's some fundamental problems that we haven't solved, I think. So, although we can already use some reinforcement learning, for example, to make the agent, to let the agent stoplessly learning by consuming a lot of new data from the internet. But when we look at this carefully, the only workable scenario is that we have a very clear way to define the reward function, right? So that in the scenario, the concrete scenario, we can clearly define the reward function. We can build a reinforcement learning algorithm to let the agent to reach a very high quality of intelligence to do that job. But if we treat it as a human, we put an agent inside the human society. What's the reward function, right? So how we can define a general reward function that can let the agent to always learn, keep learning the good things, just like a human, and to do the real things that align with human intention and value. So that's a huge challenge in this area, I think. But with the technology progress, we may reach that level maybe in the next 5 or 10 years. But I think that would be a very great next story for the AI agent, I think.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. I know we are at time as well, but maybe just taking one final, in the audience, I know there are a lot of developers, researchers, entrepreneurs contributing to AI. So maybe last like one quick 30-second line from each of you. Any advice for people who want to contribute to this space? Quick 30 seconds from each of you, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I would say, try to build agents that are useful. Try to, help people's lives, save lives. Try to build useful agents. If you want to build agents, Swarms can help. You can learn more at our website, swarms.xyz. We have frameworks in Rust, TypeScript, Python. We also have an API. And let us know if you want to build any agents, and we can help.
Yeah, so I think try to learn the knowledge about the AI and the computer science as much as possible, and also trying to learn how to use the agent to improve your working efficiency. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.